Alright, welcome to my pick a card reading. So this reading is for those of you guys who may be on a journey or trying to accomplish a goal, but maybe running into some blockages. And this reading is pretty much to give a little bit of insight on how to unblock that. So the spread I did for you guys is the what's blocking you, how to unblock that, and a few affirmation cards to remember or consider on your journey. So from left to right, as usual, we have the amethyst for pile number 1, rose quartz for pile number 2, and the clear quartz for pile number 3. So take a minute to decide, pause if you need to. I'll be starting number 1 in a few seconds. Alright, so pile number 1, for those of you who chose the amethyst here. So we'll start with number 1, your first card, which is Kingfisher, King of Arrows, Kingfisher. So this card isn't exactly equivalent to the Judgment card in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, but it does say with judgment in this card or taking a path, considering, or more likely that it's about going towards one direction or another using your best judgment, is what I'm trying to say. So with this card, you might be beelining towards a path that isn't right for you, but most likely a lot of you could be dealing with people in your lives that think that you should be taking a certain path to go to better yourselves. However, this card is saying to not listen to them. They may give good advice. Some of them may be your parents or friends. But at the same time, it's saying to, judge for yourself or whether you should follow their words or not. So yeah, this card is basically saying the same thing. I am brave enough to embrace my full potential, even when others don't approve or understand. So yeah, so people may be judging your path or your abilities. They may think their judgment is better than yours. Overall, this is a very, I wouldn't say judgmental in a negative way, but I don't know how to put it. But the overall reading I'm getting from this card is judgment, but like I said, not in a negative way. I do think that these people in your lives think that they're doing the best for you or they're doing the best for your intentions. However, it is your life, your path, only you know how to direct that for yourselves. So going back to this card, again, just reiterate what I said before. Only you know your path, you know where you're going. You can take advice from others, but at the same time, don't rely on them to tell you what to do every time. And if you do think that these people are negatively judging you on your path, even if they don't know what you're doing, this is reminding you to, don't pay attention to them and don't give them any thoughts. All right, and that is for pile number 1. All right, so this is pile number 2 for those of you who chose the rose quartz here. All right, so start with the first one, 8 of Stones, skills. So I feel like some of you may be feeling inadequate in your skills or your talents or whatever it is that you're trying to do. I do feel like because you don't feel adequate in this area of your life or your expertise or your skills, it is blocking you from doing what you want to do. However, this card is just saying to look for it. Keep your spirits up. Don't worry about skills or talents now. Just do and worry about the results later. So yeah, I'm letting go of achievement and embracing alignment. So it's just saying, when you start, don't worry about getting that. It is good to go towards the goal, but it's saying don't worry about getting that goal on your first try. Just keep practicing or keep doing whatever it is that you're trying to do. And actually, this might be my reading or a card that I should, a pile that I should have chosen, too, because kind of trying to, I am trying to get over perfectionism. Ironically, I have re-recorded this reading over and over again just to get it right, which is kind of like defeating the purpose of trying to get over perfectionism. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm trying to force myself to keep this cut in. But basically, with this card, or basically what I'm trying to say is, if you wait until you're perfect enough to get it the first time, then you kind of wasted all that time. You kind of wasted all that time just trying instead of actually doing. If you kind of get what I mean, I think that's kind of paraphrasing a quote. I think it's something along the lines of, if the first thing you put out is perfect, then you kind of put out too late. So basically, don't mind any mistakes that you make the first time you do something. That's pretty normal, which is what I have to tell myself all the time. And just keep looking forward, and just keep your spirits high. So just to ending at that, I'm gonna force myself to not redo this reading. Pile number 3 for those of you guys who chose the clear quartz here. Alright, so I feel like these two cards are kind of saying the same thing. What's blocking you is how you can get unblocked. So I think they have to do with being distracted or not being grounded. Traditionally, this card is equivalent to the Hermit card, but for this reading in particular, I do see that these two figures are kind of focusing on each other. But with this in reverse, there's like a sense of distraction in a way. Some of you guys may be distracting yourselves with like drugs and alcohol, or maybe just distracting yourself by having fun. Not that it's bad to have fun, but in some cases, you might be using that as an excuse to kind of like pull yourself away from something. Alright, so I'm going to start with the first affirmation card here. I trust in divine timing and find peace in life's magnificent unfoldings. And then we have, I trust that, though I may not see it now, there's greater lesson for me in this. So I feel like those of you who are distracting yourselves, I feel like you're kind of like, if you haven't seen pile number 2, I kind of ramble on about perfectionism, which I think this is kind of pointing to here, more specifically procrastination. I feel like some of you guys are kind of distracting yourselves from doing something in order to procrastinate yourselves and to kind of give into that perfectionist mindset. And for this card, actually, I think these two cards might be saying the same thing, kind of just reiterating the procrastination and perfectionist mindset. However, for this card specifically, I feel like it's saying to, similar to pile number 1, just do, no, not one, similar to pile number 2, just do or try, but just don't think about it. You may not see the results right now, which is why some of you may be kind of, oh my god, I forgot the word. Discouraged. Wow. Okay, some of you might be discouraged from moving forward or kind of trying again or even trying at all because of procrastination and perfectionist issues. But, you know, if you do something the first time, you might not get it the first time, which is given. And I think everyone knows that, but for some reason, some people, including me, kind of get a little bit discouraged and they pick themselves up, just to remind themselves. Or they have to remind themselves of this to pick themselves up. So, yeah, overall message, perfectionism or procrastination and perfectionism. Don't worry about getting views or results now. Or, okay, I'm gonna try to not. Okay, I had to finish up real quick and try to not redo this reading because I'm low on battery. But overall message of this is, don't procrastinate just because you're not seeing the results right now. And don't distract yourself from doing what you're doing at all. Okay, pawn number 3.